Hello, everybody, and welcome to the webinar. I'm so excited to be here with you tonight. My name is Eric Johnson, and I am the creator and CEO of Teamzy. And tonight I'm going to take you through some training. I'm not going to go real deep into a lot of the philosophical things I love to train on. Some of you have seen my trainings on YouTube. Tonight's going to be real nuts and bolts. I'm going to take you right into Teamzy. I'm going to show you how it works. You're going to love it. I mean, Mary Kay's been around a long time. I'm so excited to talk to you guys, but you've never had a tool like this to build your business. I'm going to show you how elegant and easy it is to set up. We're going to go in and do that together. I'm going to show you how to absolutely crush a power hour. You know, when I say you can slay your business in an hour a day, you really can. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'll show you how Teamzy makes it easy to get super organized. We're going to be able to connect with 20 people a day easily, create 10 conversations a day. I'm going to show you how to create conversations. I'll show you how to take those conversations and turn them into invites to learn more about the business. I'll show you how to follow up on those invites like a pro, okay? Till you move people from prospect through customer all the way to somebody that's on your team. How cool is that? So we're gonna do all of that. Gosh, I don't know, I could probably cover all that in 30, 35 minutes or so, which would be great. And I may go off on a passion tangent occasionally. Hopefully you'll enjoy that. But if you guys have questions, there's a button at the bottom of the screen that you can add your Q&A. You can load them up in queue for the end of the call. I'll go through all the questions that are there and we'll answer them. Sound good? Okay, so I am coming to you guys live from my home office in San Diego. And I've got the setting sunlight on me here, which is beautiful. I can see all the way past the mountains to the ocean there, which is amazing. Hopefully you guys are in a great place too. But I do have 4 kids, so I'm just letting you guys know. You may hear the pitter patter of little feet. You may actually have a cameo appearance from my kids because sometimes they just can't contain themselves. So I'm warning you ahead of time. That could happen at any moment. It'll just add a little spice to the webinar. Okay, let's jump right in here and get going. Here's Teamzy. So you guys are looking right now at Teamzy, right? And this is actually the version of Teamzy that was custom tailored for Mary Kay consultants. Okay, and which is awesome because I want you guys to feel at home as soon as you come in here. This isn't one of those CRMs that you have to spend months customizing and getting it set up. It's all ready to go, okay? So when you first come into Teamzy, you're gonna be in a setup wizard. Now, just before we even start, let me just kind of make sure you guys understand that there's a free trial. There's a free trial, 30 days free. You can try it out for 30 days and see if you like it. Okay, and we don't ask for a credit card or anything weird like that. It's a 30-day free trial. So if you're not already using it as a free trial person, go to teamzy.com and get your 30-day free trial. And make sure that your team gets the 30-day free trial too. It's an awesome tool. Everyone should at least use it for 30 days and see what kind of momentum they can build. Now, when you're in your 30-day free trial, you're going to see the setup wizard as soon as you log in for the first time. Okay, and I don't have it on my screen, but I'll show you how to get back to it if you dismiss it. You just go up to the top right to this little wheel and you click Setup Wizard. Okay, so the Setup Wizard is designed to make setting this up super easy. Okay, and there's 3 things we're gonna do in the Setup Wizard, and I'll take you through them with me tonight. One is we're gonna set an income goal, okay? And then Teamzy's gonna tell you what you need to do to achieve that goal, which is pretty cool. We're gonna create a powerful why, so that you know what you're doing, why you're doing this, and you won't have a tendency to quit like so many people do. And then we're gonna get all your contacts imported and ranked so that Teamzy can actually organize your power hour for you every day, right? You're gonna be the most organized person you know. All right, so let's jump in. So the first step is setting an income goal. How much money would you like to be earning 12 months from now? Okay, that's kind of what we're looking for. And it's just from your gut, like what's your guess? Like what would you like to be doing? Don't sell yourself short. I want you guys to stretch because you have no idea how incredibly efficient and leveraged your time will be with a tool like Teamzy. So I'm gonna put a number in here as an example. You put in your number. I'm gonna put in $150,000, okay? That would be the level, personally, I would be shooting for in 12 months. So I know I had left, that was my salary at my corporate career, and when I left to do network marketing, that was my goal, was within 12 months to replace that income. So there's mine. Let's hit continue. So now what happens is Teamzy's saying, okay, 6 figures is pretty big, right? And if you want to accomplish this, you need to be connecting with over 4,000 people in the next year. Does that sound about right? Those of you guys who've been in the business a long time, That's a big goal, right? And you're going to imagine that I need to connect with a lot of people. The number that Teamzy's calculated for me is 4,348 people. Okay, so how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? One bite at a time. So the next page, when I click continue down here, it's going to take me over to the breakdown page. Now this page breaks it down into bite-sized pieces. It takes that huge number, 4,348, and it breaks it into 3 groups: prospects, customers, and consultants. Okay? And then it breaks those groups, into smaller chunks too. It goes by year, month, week, and day. So that huge number is now something I can do on a daily basis. It's connect with 9 prospects. It's connect with 6 customers. It's connect with 4 consultants every day. Now, am I having a 1-hour long conversation with each one of these people? No, I'm going to show you guys how you can do it with a Facebook message in about 4 seconds, okay? And then of course I've got goals to invite people. This is when we take somebody who we're having a conversation with that's interested and we invite them to learn about the business, or we invite them to try some products. Okay, I'll show you how that works. Maybe it's an event, maybe it's an opportunity call, whatever. We're inviting them in some way. And then we've got our daily ads. These are new people that we're adding to our list. You need to be adding new people to your list every single day. Every single day. I've got a minimum here of 3 people on my list every day. I'm meeting them in person, I'm meeting them on social media, wherever you might meet people. I'm getting people by referral from people I'm already working with, but we're adding 3 new people a day. Okay, with me? So there's my thing. Now I want you guys to know you can, these are just a suggestion. You can change these. Like I'm gonna make this a 10 so that it gives me an even 20 people to connect with. Whatever you type in these boxes, you can do whatever you want. When you click continue, your dashboard will be configured to your goals. So everybody's dashboard is different. Everybody's based on their goals. Make sense? But I look at this and go, okay, 10, 6 plus 4, that's 20 people. And you're telling me that's 150 grand, 20 people a day? I believe anybody could do this because I'm going to show you can do it in 30 minutes. So if your goal is like $30,000, you need to make your goal bigger, right? Or at least make your activity bigger. Let's go. Let's shoot for the stars and we'll at least land on the moon, right? Okay, continue. The next step here, so now that's all configured. The next step is finding your why. Now we're on step 2, finding your why. And we always talk about this, you know, willpower. We just don't have willpower, you know, and some people get offended by my video. If you played it, it would tell you that your willpower sucks. And every once in a while someone says, that's offensive. I don't mean it to be offensive. It's just the truth, guys. We don't have willpower. Like we don't. We're quitters. We all are. All of us quit things all the time. And I'm sorry if that's offensive, but it's true. The only reason that sometimes we don't quit and we persist and we become wildly successful at something is because we had a really powerful reason to. Because I'm sure you guys will agree with me that life's hard, right? And there's going to be challenges and there's going to be legitimate things that happen that make you want to quit. In fact, in this business, 1 out of 2 people quits within the first year. Every single one of them was excited about the opportunity, but 1 out of 2 will quit in the first year. Now here's what, and I'm sure you guys have heard this from your uplines, from your teams, from your corporate trainings. You got to have a why, right? You got to know your why. It's got to come from the heart. It's got to be deep. It's got to be meaningful. But how do you do that? How do you actually do it? Now here's what I want you guys to know. It's really not that tough. It's really not. Now, I'm going to show you how to, in 10 minutes, to get your why. Now, will it be the why? No, but it will be the beginning of something meaningful. And that's what matters. It's the whole idea of, you know, if you saw a house on fire, do you have a reason to run into that house? Probably not. But if you saw a house on fire and your kids were in it, would you run into that house? Life is like that. There's going to be fires. You need to have a reason that will keep you on task. Okay, so we have been to the seminars, we have read the books, we've taken all the classes, and we've created this really simple tool in Teamzy to help you get your mind around your why. And not only that, because it's so simple, it's something you can duplicate with your team easily. Okay, so that your statistic will be better than 50% on the people you recruit into the business, right? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to go back to Teamzy and take you through this process. Basically, we're going to answer 5 questions, and these 5 questions are designed to get you thinking. Just to get you thinking about why you're in this business. And then we're going to help you create your first why statement. So the first question is an easy one. Why did you become a consultant? And I'll just kind of share my story with you guys. Like you, I was a network marketer. I'm not anymore. I'm full-time focused on Teamzy helping you guys, but I'll just kind of give you my story. I had used products and had a physical change. I mean, people could see the difference. They were asking me about it. So I became a consultant because people were asking me about it. It just made sense. And I'm sure that some of you guys have had that experience too. You were a customer that loved the products and then you just started sharing them. So what did you hope to accomplish is the second question. And I remember thinking about this going, you know, it would be great to make a little bit of extra money. How many of you guys just thought, maybe I'll make a little extra money with this business? Of course, right? And so I had thought to myself, man, if I could make $500 a month extra on top of what I earned at my job, that would be great. So that was what I hoped to accomplish. I wanted to make extra money, and I had the number $500 in my head. Now, why is that important to you is the third question. And I have to tell you, at the time, it was important to me because I wanted to put that money in savings. That's what I wanted. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have like an organized written family budget. We do. And in our budget, every month, $500 automatically transfers from checking to our savings account. Anybody do that? I mean, it's good. It's good policy, right? It's a good habit. But I'll just be honest with you. Through the recession and for the years after the recession, money was tight for us. And that we didn't turn off that automatic transfer, but every single month I went in and transferred it back. So what happened was, some of you guys who know my story know that I'm a business coach and consultant. That's what I've done my whole life. I've helped people build business, especially people in the real estate industry. And when the real estate market disappeared during the recession, so did a lot of my business, and it was a struggle. It was a struggle financially. And, you know, by God's good grace, we made it through that recession, our family intact, but it was hard. And we were not able to save money. We were not able to save money. That money didn't stay in that savings account more than 5 minutes for 6 years, almost 7 years, we didn't save a penny. So I thought, man, this business opportunity, if I could save $500 a month, that'd be cool, right? So then I get to the fourth question. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? The reason, guys, the reason I wanted to save is because I thought, man, if I could save money long enough, we could buy a new house. We could buy a new house because I really wanted a new house. My wife and I have 4 kids, which I mentioned at the beginning of the call, and we had a 3-bedroom house, and it was small. It was great, but it was small. So buying a new house was exciting to me. I thought that would be really cool if I could save enough money long enough, we could buy a new house. Okay. So why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? So I'm on the 5th question here. Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? And again, guys, I'm just going through this process like you guys will. You're just going to answer these questions and get your mind working on this stuff. Why is it meaningful? And I don't know how you guys feel about home ownership. Even coming from the real estate industry, I'll be honest, like buying a home, I didn't really find that meaningful. It was more of a materialistic goal, right? So I struggled with this. But then I started looking at this, how does this make you feel question? And here's what I realized. I'm just going to kind of tell you guys buying the house wasn't meaningful, but it was symbolic. It was symbolic. It symbolized something to me. See, I had never let myself slow down long enough to think about it or to admit it to myself. But deep down in my subconscious, in the back of my head, I knew it to be true. And that's this. My life with my family, it wasn't healthy. It wasn't right. It wasn't what I wanted for my family. I mean, I had these small children who I never saw, right? Much less my wife. We were like passing ships in the night. I would get up in the morning to go to work, and my kids would be just getting out of bed when I left. You know, and then I wouldn't see them all day long, and I'd come home in the evening. They were already done with dinner, getting ready for bed when I got home from work. And literally, it was like I was the person who kissed them good morning and kissed them good night. And I'll never forget my son Cruz, who was in kindergarten at the time. He couldn't remember my name. He kept calling me by his kindergarten teacher's name, which made sense. He spent a lot more time with that person. I realized, guys, that it wasn't the new house that I wanted, but that my family life was going the wrong direction. I was working my tail off in an industry, had a lot of respect and prestige, but meanwhile, we hadn't saved a dime for 6 years. We weren't getting anywhere with that. Anyone ever feel that way? And I wasn't getting to see my kids. What was the point of all this? This opportunity that was before me, which 5 minutes earlier was a few extra bucks because people are asking me about it anyways, suddenly became, wow, this is actually an opportunity to change the course that we're on. This is an opportunity to design the life I always wanted. And I know that it's not going to happen with my job because I'm stuck. Does that make sense? And here's what I want you guys, those of you who need to have that aha moment yourself, I want you to have it through this process, but I want your team to have this, with your new recruits to have this aha moment, to realize what this opportunity represents to them. They need to know what's on the line so they know what they're fighting for. Does that make sense? So the very last box where it says my why is where you are going to put your why. It's almost like a statement, like an affirmation, like, why are you doing this every day? When you're laying in bed and not wanting to get out from under your covers, you need to be able to articulate why you're going to get out of bed and go do Teamzy for 30 minutes. Okay, so let me just show you this real quick. So this last box, my why, down here is where you are going to type in your why statement. And you can see there's some text there. It's just sample text. It's actually my why statement that I wrote doing this process the first time. And this is what I wrote at that time. My why: to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. So you are going to type your why in this box, okay? And my sample text will be there to give you an example. Everything that you type in this box, and when you click continue, will save to your dashboard and it will be there every day for you to look at it. It will be there every day for you to look at it. And this why needs to motivate you. It needs to have something on the line. Some of you, by the way, are wired to avoid pain, and you need to include in your why what will happen if I quit? Like, what are the consequences if I quit? What do my finances look like? My relationships look like? What does my job look like? What happens to me if I give up? Okay? It needs to stare you in the face every day. Now, some of you are going, why is this personal development stuff in the software? Do you need this to make Teamzy work? No, you don't. But I do not like the statistic that 1 out of 2 people quits in the first year. Do you? No way. We built this to make you successful, help you be successful. We don't want you to quit. Don't skip the my why. Don't let your team skip the my why. I can't even tell you. People email us and say, I'd like to cancel my Teamzy, and we notice the my why has not been touched. Why would you keep going after something you don't even know why you're doing it? Does that make sense? All right. Sorry, passion tangent over. Don't skip that part. Let's move on. All right, so I'm going to click continue. Last step is getting your contacts imported into Teamzy. Okay, now, I'll be honest with you guys. I haven't been in the Mary Kay back office, and I don't know what it looks like. If you can export your consultants list, ideally your personally sponsored or personally enrolled consultants. Those are the people that you want to export in the list. Now, if there's no export function in Mary, there's a little video here that goes through this stuff with you, but I just want you to know, if there's no export function in the Mary Kay back office, but you can see a report, sometimes you can just copy that report and paste it into an Excel file or a Google Sheets file, and you can save it as a CSV and import it in. So there are ways to do it, but basically what we want to do is we want to get your lists, we want to get your personally sponsored consultants, and we want to get your customers into Teamzy so they can be organized. And we're going to organize them in such a way so that Teamzy is going to help you stay in contact with them, to connect with them on a regular basis. And I'll go through that as we go. So that's the first thing we're going to do is from the back office, we want to get your consultants first, and then we want to get your customers in. Then the next thing we're going to import is your Facebook list, right? There's instructions here on how to do it. We're going to get your Facebook friends list imported. And you will no longer be going through your Facebook messages, trying to remember who to follow up with. It will all be right there organized. So cool. Okay, and then anywhere else that you have contacts, you know, if you're using another CRM program, if you've got, I don't know, wherever you might have them, you can bring those in as a CSV file, and there's instructions. So these are little instructional videos. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. I'll do a quick import. I actually have my Facebook right here downloaded. We'll drop that in there. You can add tags, by the way, when you do an import, which is kind of cool. So I'm tagging these Facebook friends, so I know that's where they came from. All right, so let me continue through here, and you can see it's creating those contacts. So as it's creating those contacts, let me just tell you what we're gonna do next. The last step for setting up is ranking. We're gonna rank everyone on our list. We're gonna rank everyone on our list based on star ranking, almost like, sorry, I got distracted for a second. Woo, shiny things. Almost like a Netflix or an Amazon or whatever. Things that you, Yelp, you know, you rank things all the time. 5 stars, awesome. 1 star, not so awesome. We're gonna rank your relationships, your list, the same way. And there's an important principle here behind this, and that's this. You have to prioritize your relationships first if you want to prioritize your time. You have to prioritize your relationships first if you want to prioritize your time. If you don't, because why is that important? Because with relationship marketing, which is what Teamzy is built upon, it's all based on relationships, right? You need to spend the most time with the best people. You need to be spending more time with the best people. That's what this is all about. The people you love, obviously, they should get prioritized, but the people most likely to help your business, the people most likely to encourage you, the people most likely to refer people to your business. Okay, that's who should be getting the most time. So we're gonna go through quickly and rank people just from the gut. 5 stars is awesome, 1 star not so much. And Teamzy is gonna take those rankings and it's gonna create for you your contact list every day. You never have to worry about planning that again. Pretty awesome, right? Okay, so let's just jump back in there. Hold on a second, where's Teamzy? Wait, we don't want the whole desktop. That's distracting. Let's do this one more time. There we go. Okay, so we're back. So here's the scale. I'm just gonna go through this really quick. It's there for you to look at whenever you want to. You don't have to remember this, okay? But a 5 star is somebody most likely to become a customer or consultant, or they're an existing customer or consultant that's a rock star. Okay, a 5 star person is gonna come up on your up next list every 30 days. So I'm gonna show you guys what the up next list is, but basically it's Teamzy telling you who's up next to connect with today, okay? A 4 star person is somebody that's likely to become a customer or consultant with a little bit of nurturing, right? Or they're the consistent performers on your team. They're gonna show up on your up next list every 60 days, every 2 months. 3 stars, 3 star could go either way. They might join the business, they might not, you don't know yet. And here's the thing, everybody's a 3 star until you know better, right? Because you don't know which way they're gonna go. 3 star people are gonna show up every 90 days. So you're gonna be staying in contact with people, and most of your list will probably stay 3 stars. You'll be connecting with them a few times a year, just staying in touch with them, right? Or you've got customers that are just, you know, that are there that you're gonna be checking in with, they might be 3 stars. Now, 2 stars is getting a little colder. They're 120 days between connects, okay? And finally, your 1 star people are they're just on your list somewhere. You can look them up, but they're not coming up on the up next, okay? All right, next. So now it actually takes you in after my import and it puts you in rank mode. So I'm on my team page now where my list lives, right? So the navigation's there. So on my team page, my whole list is here. I can look at all recent ads. I can look at just my prospects, just my customers, just my consultants. And it's in rank mode, which means this is toggled on. I can toggle that off. This is my normal view, right? So when I click on somebody, it shows me on this side their contact record. All right, so let me go back to rank mode and show you how this works. So when rank mode's on, you can just scroll your list and rank people by clicking on them. If they're 4 star, if they're a 2 star, they're a 5 star, doesn't matter, right? You just click on them, you just bang down your list. Now here's the thing. If your list is huge, don't be overwhelmed by this. Do I think you should go through your whole list and do this? I do, I would, but you don't have to. Remember, everybody's already 3, so you could just go through and pick out your 4s and 5s to get started, okay? Just pick out your 4s and 5s. Once you're done with this, or maybe you just do the first 100 and you want to take a break or whatever, it's auto-save, so you can just navigate away. So let's say we're completely done with this. I'm gonna go back to my dashboard now. So now my setup is done. See, that was pretty easy, right? I mean, I was talking a lot. You can do that even faster yourself. Now I'm gonna quickly just show you around the dashboard and then we're gonna rock our power hour together. Okay, so here we go. here's our dashboard. You've got your rank, which you can change as you rank up here, okay? Your left nav, you got your dashboard. Your team, I already showed you this. This is where your whole list lives, right? And your tags, you can look at tags. Like there's my Facebook friends tag, okay? Business has got like different stats and cool stuff about your business. And the university is where you're gonna jump to when you need help. Okay, when you need learning, when you need training, you're gonna jump to the university. Also, here's my why, right? Whatever you typed in that box will be saved here. You can change it by clicking that. Okay, now up here's my lookup bar. If I need to look somebody up, I just look them up there and I can jump over to their record. Okay, so that they don't have to be on the up next to connect with them. Also, after you've done your imports and you want to add people as you're meeting them, you just click this to add a new person. Super easy to do. Okay, and your settings are over here. Okay, now, one thing, there's a little message here, so I'm just gonna throw this out there for you guys. If you are watching this video and it's before June 17th, 2017, I say that because sometimes these videos live forever on the web. But if it is before June 17th, 2017, there's a special opportunity to become a founding member in the Mary Kay network for Teamzy, which means you can subscribe to Teamzy at like a third off the price forever, lifetime rate, $19.95 a month versus $29.99 a month. So I'm just throwing that out there for you guys. If you're using this as a free trial and it's before June 17th, 2017, go click on this message and go sign up for a subscription now. You won't actually be billed till the end of your free trial, but you'll be locked in and you'll get that rate forever. Okay, you can cancel it. You can cancel it at any time, but you'll be locked into that rate forever. That will never be offered again after June 17th, just so you guys know. Okay, that aside done, here's my today's activities. This is where all the goals we set are 10 prospects, 6 customers, 4 consultants, 3 invites, 3 ads. See how they're all zeros? We start connecting with people and they're gonna start scoring up on the board, which would be cool. Also, daily goals, I can edit those there. Okay, dailies, these are little accountability checks for yourself. You know, did you post on social media today? Did you remember to do that to engage your audience? Or did you do some personal development work? Are you using your product? Are you demonstrating that your product is the product? Did you get some exercise today? This is important. You need to have energy to do this business, and you can't get energy from a can. You need to get it by moving your body. Okay, so now we've had our tour. Now we're gonna go through the up next. This box right here, who's up next, right here in the center of the screen, is the magic. This is the engine room for Teamzy. There is nothing like this anywhere. No CRM has figured this out. Hopefully they're not watching these videos or they think we're quaint and don't want to copy us, but this is so easy, you guys. So simple and elegant to follow up with people. So let me show you how this works. On my Who's Up Next list, I have 4 lists: prospects, customers, consultants, and follow-ups. Every time I click on a tab, it changes the list for me, right? Each list gives me 5 names. Just 5. There's no way I can get overwhelmed by that, right? Yeah, I know there's 2,800 people on that list, but it's only gonna give me the 5 that are up next. Now, let's connect with the first person on the list. And in a power hour, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go through and work all these lists until you hit your goals that you've set on the dashboard. Real simple. We're gonna keep our focus small so we can grow our business big. Okay, we're gonna keep our focus small so we can grow our business big. So the first person on my list is Jay. So I'm gonna connect with Jay. Now, I've got open over here on the side on another tab, Facebook, because I use Facebook Messenger for 99% of my communication. Love Facebook Messenger. And I find it has an incredibly high rate of response. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna message Jay on Facebook, but first, I'm not sure what I'm gonna say to her. So right here over on the right-hand side, there's this little scripts button, and it has some great ideas on what I can say to quickly connect with Jay. Okay, so I pick what what type of communication it's gonna be. It's gonna be Facebook, so I'm gonna click that. And so now I've got a few different connects I can use, and I'm just gonna use this one. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Real simple connect. Now, just so you guys understand, the idea of a connect is not to invite her to the business or recruit her or sell her. It's just to connect. It's to make her day. We call it the make someone's day mindset. We want to get in the make someone's day mindset. I want her to get this message and just smile and think, wow, that was nice. And ultimately, I hope she'll respond and we can have a conversation. I'm trying to create conversations. So my number one goal is to make someone's day. My number two goal is to create a conversation. And my number three goal is to deepen our relationship over time. With me? Okay. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to click copy script right here on the bottom. Now that script is copied to my clipboard. I'll just close that out. I've got Facebook open right here. And I'm just going to look up Jay. There she is. Okay. And we're going to send her a message. And I'm just going to paste that message that I copied to my clipboard, change the name because this is Jane. I'm going to send her that message. See how easy that was? It's sent. Hi, Jay, just stop by and say, hello, how are you? Hope your day's awesome. And now watch what I'm going to do real quick because I don't like to do extra work. I'm just going to copy that real quick so I don't have to type any notes in Teamzy. And I'm going to log this. So because you guys know how important tracking is to building your business. So now it's going to be tracked. I just pasted it in there. This is where I'm going to track my communication. Now watch what happens. What type was it? It was Facebook message. Now when I log this connect, watch what happens to the dashboard. I got one done, 9 to go, right? Now notice that Jay is gone. She's off my list, gone. So now I'm going to go to Kim. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to look up Kim. I'm going to send her, probably even send her the same message. Why not? Just change the name. I'll probably do it 10 times in a row. The same message, just change the name. Because it's a great message. By the way, that particular message I have sent thousands of times and it works great. It still has a better than 50% response rate for me. Just the, hey, how are you? I was thinking about you today. I hope you're having a great day. That message works unbelievably well. So I'm going to just go down the list. I'm going to send it to Kim, to Ron, to Mandy, to Amima. I'm just going to bam, 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 until this says 10. When this is completely blue and it says 10, now I'm ready to move to the next category, which is customers. So I'll just toggle over and I'll start working my customers list. Okay. When I go to connect with Brittany, I'm going to go to my scripts. By the way, there's customer scripts in here too, which is so cool. This is my favorite one. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. But you could ask them like, how are you enjoying the whatever products that they bought, right? If you tagged those products on their record, then I could quickly see what product she's using. If I went over to details, I could click on that and I could see all the tags, what product she's using, and I could say, well, how are you liking this? Which is kind of cool. But it's so important to connect with customers. I just want to talk to you guys for a second about customers. It's huge. So many people think it's all about prospecting. It's all about sharing the business opportunity. And it is, that is important, but you have to understand this. Your best source for a new lead is a current customer. Okay, I'll say it again because you should write this down. Your best source for a new lead is a current customer. There's no better way to get a new lead for your business than by going to a current customer. There's no class you can take. You can't even take a class that I'm going to teach that's better than that. Unless it's a class I'm teaching on how to connect with your current customers to get leads. There's no better source than a current customer. Somebody who's using the products and loving it is better than anything else. Do you guys understand this? I know some of you guys do. But think about it. They're already talking about it with people. They're already sharing it with people. The question is, are you in touch with that person so that you can get introduced to the people they're talking to? You need to be in constant contact with your customers. Now, from a standpoint of the business, I mean, if you're talking to them more, they're going to buy more, right? They're going to buy more, which is good for the business and good for them because you love the products, right? But you need to be in contact so that you can uncover opportunities where people are avid fans and they could become your next consultant, or they could refer you a bunch of people. Are you with me? So you got to stay in touch with your current customers. Got to stay in touch. And if you haven't talked to somebody in 5 years, this is your opportunity. They're going to come up on your Teamzy list and you are going to send them a message that's just going to say, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. You came across my feed and how the heck are you? Excuse me. And you're going to start talking to them. You're going to stay in contact with them because there's nothing more valuable than the relationships you build. All right. So we're going to go down our customers and I'm going to do the same thing. And my goal is to connect with 6. So I'm going to fire off a message to 6 people. Bam, 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 work down my list. When I'm done with my 6, I now move over to my consultants list. This, by the way, is why this program is called Teamzy. It's about your team. It's about loving on these people, building relationships with them, building community around them. Because we do believe when you build your team, you'll build your business and you'll build your life. You with me? So connect with your consultants. And I don't care if you have 20,000 consultants because you're a hot shot. Even more reason to have a relationship with your personally enrolled people. Okay? I'm just talking about a text message or a Facebook message, just to, hey, how are you? I was just thinking about you. Because let's be honest, guys, having a Facebook page for the team is great, but it's not a relationship, nor is being on a Zoom call like this a relationship. People want to hear from you personally. Okay? All right, so prospects, customers, consultants. So in this example, we did 10 prospects, 6 customers, 4 consultants. Even if you're new, that was 20 minutes tops. And those messages are out there. They're like love letters in a bottle. They're just out there. How cool. And I'm here to tell you guys, you can probably expect a response rate of close to 50% from those messages, which is about 500 times better than an email drip campaign. Maybe more. Okay? So now what happens? 10 people respond, great. You're starting conversations with those 10 people. You're messaging back and forth. You're catching up. You're forming them, right? You're asking them about their life. You're looking for ways to help them. And this is important, guys. Not everybody's wired for relationships. Hopefully you're here because you are. This system is built for relationships and people who love other people. So your goal in these conversations is not to try to get through this crap so that I can recruit this person. It's to help them. How can I help this person today? And it may have nothing to do with my business. It may just be that they need a friend today. They need a prayer from somebody today. They need a recommendation to a great dentist for their kids. I don't know, whatever it is, find a way to help them, a way to be a resource for them. Okay? Now, if you're having enough conversations, by the way, you're going to love doing this. It's so fun and rewarding being that person that's connecting and helping and loving on people all the time. And that's your business. And you're going to create plenty of opportunities to invite people to learn more about the business by doing this. Now, here's the cool thing. The 10 people who don't respond, they still got your message. They still smiled when they saw it. They still went to your Facebook page and caught up with you virtually. And you still move the ball down the field on that relationship. Guess what? They're going to come back on your Teamzy list in a few months and you'll connect with them again. And over time, they'll get warmer. Does that make sense? But the people who are talking to you now, and some of the people that you're talking to now will be like, that conversation will fizzle out quickly, which is fine because you'll talk again in a few months. But a few of those conversations are going to progress. So how do we get somebody now onto this follow-ups list? Let me jump back to Teamzy. This 4th list. There's nobody there right now. So how do we get somebody on this follow-ups list? So let me give you an example. We messaged Jay at the beginning of the call. So let's just assume that Jay responded and we had a great conversation, right? And we started talking and catching up. And as we started talking, catching up, she started asking some questions about the business. And of course, I'm excited to talk to her about it. And so now what I'm going to do is, as we're talking about it, I'm going to give her an invite of some sort to the business. So let me show you how this works. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to look her up in my lookup bar. There she is. That takes me to her record. And I'm going to log my invite by clicking on connect. It's a type of connect, right? But notice this little invite button down here. This time I'm going to click that because this is not just a connect, a hey, how you doing? This is going to be an invite and I want to track it. And what type is it? So I've got a bunch of types of invites that our friends who are Mary Kay consultants gave us as the most common ones. So let's say it's an opportunity call tonight that I want to invite her to, okay? So I'm talking to Jay, she's excited, she's interested, and I say, hey Jay, listen, my team has an opportunity call tonight. Would you like the information for that? She said, oh yeah, I would love that, great. I'm gonna send that over to you now. Make sure you get on the call. And then tomorrow, Jay, I'll connect with you and see if you have any questions. Does that sound good? She's like, that would be perfect. Thank you. Great. So here's how I'm going to log this. I'm just going to put here a note, op call. Okay. Now check this out. It's all set up as an invite, tracking as an opportunity call, but I don't want to log it yet because the follow-up says default. Now she's 4 stars, which default means 60 days. When did I say I'd follow up with her? Tomorrow, right? So I need to now set a follow-up. Now, as soon as I set a follow-up, I'm going to set it for tomorrow. Now, you can set it for some of these set things, or you can hit the calendar and do a custom date. As soon as I send a follow-up, now she's going to move from prospects to follow-ups. So on my dashboard, she's going to be now on my follow-ups list until I take her off it. Cool? Now let me show you this works. As soon as I log this, watch what happens. Oops, I didn't select the type. Facebook message. Okay, so as soon as I log that, you can see the follow-up is set. So now I can't screw this up, guys. I can't mess up because she's on my list. So tomorrow comes and I open my Teamzy and I start connecting with my list, my prospects, my customers, my consultants. Now I'm going to work my follow-ups list. And everybody that I put on the follow-ups list yesterday will be there. So there's Jay. She's on my list, ready to follow up with. Okay. Now this is really important, you guys. And I know that you know and you've heard that the fortune is in the follow-ups. I know you guys have heard that, right? Yeah. And you believe it. But I want to give you guys a statistic that's going to be eye-opening for you, and it's this. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. 80% between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. So how many of you guys follow up 10 times? Do any of you guys follow up 10 times? Now, here, how about 7 times? Most people don't, right? And that is why 80% of sales happen then. By the way, if you're following up 2 or 3 times, you just need to know that you're getting maybe 20% of the opportunities that you could be getting, right? And I know you've heard people say this before, and they're like, who follows up like that? Nobody does. People would hate me if I did that. And I'm here to tell you guys something. First of all, you need to have a mindset shift, and that's this. If you have an opportunity that could change somebody's life forever, and they're excited about it, you're not annoying them by following up. Does that make sense? But let me explain a little further. People could be excited about this opportunity, then when you follow up with them, they don't respond, and that should probably happen most of the time. Why? Because people are run by the back of their minds. Their subconscious mind runs them. 80% of all of our actions, some people have said it's as high as 85% of all of our actions is run by our subconscious. And they're going, oh my gosh, this is such an awesome opportunity. I'm so excited. And their mind is going, no, it's not. It's not going to work. It's too much work. We're not going to be able to do that. Just stay with your job. It's safe. I don't like change. They don't want to change. It's all happening in their subconscious. That's why people stop responding to you, even though they were excited. Now, here's the thing I want you to know. Don't be offended by that. That is the way human beings are designed. It keeps us safe. So the only thing that's going to help this person change their life and overcome that subconscious programming is you. It's you. So you have to ask yourself a question. Do you care about this person enough to help them? See, because following up is not annoying. It's actually an act of love. Following up is an act of love. And if you love people and you care about helping them, it's the only way to help them. And if you give up because you're like, well, forget it, they didn't respond after 3 follow-ups, you're communicating to them, I just don't care enough about you to follow up on this. And is that where you want to be? Write it down on a sticky note, put it on your computer screen. Following up is an act of love. Now, here's the thing. I know why you don't follow up 10 times. First of all, you're probably like the rest of us. You're just not organized enough. I mean, following up 10 times takes a tremendous, you have to have a system for that, right? A system like Teamzy. But probably you're not following up because you feel like you're being annoying. You don't want to be a pest. So I'm going to teach you 2 principles so that you'll never be annoying again when you follow up, okay? So whether or not you use Teamzy, you'll get these principles. And then I'm going to show you how stupidly, ridiculously easy it is to follow up in Teamzy. It'll literally take you a second a day per person, okay? But here are the 2 principles. Get your pens out because you're going to want to teach these to your team too. First principle is this. When you're following up with somebody, never ask them to do anything in the follow-up. Don't ask them to call you back. Don't ask them to text you. Don't ask them to do anything in the follow-up because that is annoying, right? And you know it is too. So don't ask them to. Now, the second principle for a follow-up to not be annoying is this. Your message, and we're going to do it primarily through a text or Facebook message, okay? Voicemails are a little bit annoying too, let's be honest. So your message has to be short enough that it can be read on the notification screen of the phone without opening the message. Okay, your message needs to be short enough they can read at least most of it without opening the message. Why? Because they don't want you to know they've seen it. You do it too. You do it too. Okay, so why do we want to do those things? This is why. The follow-up is not actually designed to get them to act. The follow-ups are designed to reprogram their subconscious mind. The follow-ups are going to be a moment where they see a message from you and they reconnect to the hope and the excitement they had when they talked to you about the opportunity. That's what we're designing to do. We're going to put a smile on their face and remind them how awesome we are in loving them and that we're here to help them. And if we do it enough, it literally reprograms their subconscious mind. Their brain becomes more receptive to the idea, which is why 80% of sales happen after the 7th follow-up. It's the way we're wired. And after a while, our mind is like really gets to be more open to it. So let me show you how to do this. I know you guys are like, wow, this is kind of mind-blowing. Now, let me show you how the software makes this super easy. We actually put 10 follow-up scripts in Teamzy for you, so you don't even have to think about this. So I'm going to go follow up with Jay. I'm going to go to scripts again, okay? Facebook. Now check it out. Follow-up number 1. Hi, Jane. Just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Now, of course, Jane is a sample name. You're always going to change the name, right? Jay actually is pretty close, but I still wouldn't want to send you the wrong name. But I'm going to copy that script. This, by the way, is my favorite follow-up script ever, which is why it's always follow-up number 1. Checking in like I promised I would. I promised I would, and I did. I just made a deposit in her trust account. Relationship marketing is based on trust. You have to be building trust all the time. What questions do you have for me? It's all about her, not about me. It's not about my commission. It's not about my business. It's what questions do you have for me? I'm checking in like I promised I would. All right, copy that script. Now I'm gonna go send it to Jay in Facebook. Okay, I still have her up. Now Jay works for Teamzy, so I can message her anything we want, and it's fun. She's like a good sport because she gets paid to be, right? Hi Jay, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Boom. I'm send that in. I'll copy it so I can log it in Teamzy without having to type anymore. Jump over. You cannot actually send Facebook messages through Teamzy or any other application on the internet. Facebook does not allow it. But this still lets us do it. We toggle back and forth. It literally takes a second. All right, so now here's the thing I really, please pay attention. I know I've been talking for a long time and you're probably already thinking about that bottle of wine that's just out of reach or whatever. This is important. Before you log this, you have to set your next follow-up. If you don't, she'll come off your follow-ups list and go back into the churn of Teamzy. You want to keep her on your list, remember, 10 times. So I'm going to set it for tomorrow again. Okay? That was a Facebook message, bam. I logged that connect. Now, she's back on my list again for tomorrow. I cannot mess this up. So each day I'm adding new people to my follow-ups list, and each day I'm working my follow-ups list as my 4th list. And I'll come in here tomorrow again, I'll go to scripts, and I'll get number 2. Okay, follow-up number 2, which is just making sure you got my email, check and see if you have any questions. Number 3, I'm excited about the goals we discussed, can't wait to get started. Number 4, staying in touch so I can help you achieve your goals. Do you guys see how we are living out those 2 principles? Number 5, Jane, I hope you're doing well. I'm here when you're ready. Number 6, you guys are with me, right? Uh-oh, my trackpad just died. There, it's back. Okay, good. First world problems. All right, so there's 10. There's 10 follow-ups here, you guys. You can edit these to be your own voice a little bit. The point is they're there. You don't really have to think. Okay, you don't really have to think. You can just jam through these 10 follow-ups until you're done. Now, do you need to follow up every single day? No, I mean, use your discernment on how often you want to do it, but I definitely support following up 3 days in a row at the beginning, and then maybe every 2 days after that, or every 3 days after that. Like, use your own discernment based on the relationship, but you want to keep connecting with her. So when I get to my list, you might have 20 people on this list, and you don't remember where they're at. All you do is you click on activity to see your history, and you can see what you sent her yesterday. Okay, then you jump back to connect and you log the next message. So in this example, let's say we followed up with Jay 9 times, 7 times, and I just want you guys to know it's typical for people not to respond maybe till the 6th or 7th follow-up. Not even anything, nothing, not even a thanks for your message. I mean, it's typical. It's super annoying, but it's typical. So expect it. Don't be offended by that. Then you'll get a message that's like this. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for staying in touch with me. I'm so sorry I haven't responded. And they'll give you every excuse that they've given themselves over the past couple of weeks. You know, my baby threw up, the car tire blew up, whatever. It's like country music songs, country western songs. So then you're like, no problem. I'm here to help you. You know, and I know you were excited, and that's where you get the conversation going again. So let's just assume that now I'm in my back office and I haven't really heard from Jay. Like, I'm still staying in touch with her. And all of a sudden I'm like, wow, okay, great. Jay ordered her product and she's in. She's made a commitment. So how do I now move her over from prospects to consultant? Let me show you how this works. So again, I'm going to look her up in my lookup bar to jump over to her record, okay? And the first thing I want to do is log the sale, just so I know that my efforts bore fruit. And let's say she got a starter kit. Okay, great. So I'm just going to save that. We're not tracking volume or commission because your back office does that. We just want to know that you bore fruit from your efforts. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, see, she's a prospect still. To move her to my team on consultant, I just got to click on member type. I just need to click consultant. That's it. Now she's moved. And I can click personally sponsored. So now she's set up in the system as a personally sponsored consultant, okay? I can set a new follow-up. Let's say if I wanted to talk to her in a week to check in on her goals or whatever, or maybe it's tomorrow again because I need to get on the phone and talk to her about the business, whatever. But now, check this out. When she's on my dashboard, she won't be on prospects anymore. She'll be on consultants, which is pretty cool. And that's how you take somebody through the whole process. Now, if I got to the end and Jay said, you know, I'm just not ready to do it right now, then it'd be great. I could take her off my follow-up list and let her go back into Teamzy. Remember, she was 4 stars. She'll come up in 60 days and I'll just connect with her then. Okay? Because maybe she'll be ready then. Does that make sense? So that is like Teamzy 101. And there's so much more that I could show you guys. There's so much more. But if you got just what I showed you, you'd be cranking. You'd be cranking. What would your business be like if you were able to start 10 conversations every day, reach out to 20 people a day in less than 30 minutes? What would your business look like if you could do that? Think about it. I know what it would be like because we've already helped more than 25,000 people with this system. You guys are one of the first people in Mary Kay to see it. Hopefully you're able to take advantage of this. Here's one more thing I want to say before I'm going to check the Q&A. If you have questions, put them in the Q&A. If you don't have questions, that's no big deal. We're always here to answer your questions. But I just want to put something out there for you guys. If you have a team, if you have a decent sized team and you want to do a private training with myself or with Jay, our director of customer experience, for your team via Zoom, we'll book that for you guys. So if you're watching this video, even if it's past June 17th and you want to do a team training, we just ask that you have at least 25 people come to that training. We'll set up a private session and we'll go a little bit deeper into some of the philosophical stuff that underpins Teamzy. But we're happy to do that. You're just gonna get an email, support@teamzy.com, to set that up, okay? For those of you guys in the free trial, I'm gonna give you some action steps. First of all, you need to have a success partner do the free trial with you. So get a success partner for 30 days if you don't have one in your business and say, will you do this free trial with me? What I want you guys to do is every day when you complete your Teamzy dashboard, you're gonna get a little thing on the dashboard that says 100% you crushed it. It's like a high five from us. I want you to screen grab that little activity bar, just take a shot of it, a screenshot, and message that to your success partner every day. Because when you get that from your success partner, it's gonna make you go do yours if you haven't done it yet. Does that make sense? Also, there's a mobile website. So if you're on your phone, you can do Teamzy. Once you've set it up, you can do it from your phone. So you can do it from anywhere. Okay, I was picking up my son from first grade today. I sat in my car for 20 minutes. Do you know how many people I can connect with in 20 minutes on my phone? A ton. Use that time. Okay, so it's in Chrome if you're on Android. It's in Safari if you're on iPhone. You're just gonna go to Teamzy and use the website. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so you got a success partner for 30 days. The second action step I'm going to give you is a 5-day challenge. So in the 5 days, I want you to connect with 100 people. So I want you to do it in 5 consecutive days. Don't miss a day. I want you to get the feeling for 5 days in a row, which means if you were to average that, it would be 20 connects a day for 5 straight days. I want you, again, get your success partner to hold you accountable for doing that little 5-day blitz. It's going to be huge for you. You're going to feel the momentum. Okay, and you guys are going to be so jazzed about your business. It's going to be unbelievable. So those are your steps. Make sure you're in a free trial. Make sure you have a success partner do the trial with you, and then do a and screenshot your activities every day. Then do a 5-day challenge together where you really work it for 5 days and feel that. So honored to be here with you guys tonight. Thank you for spending some time with me. Please share this video with your team, with your upline, your downline, your sideline. Share it far and wide. My goal is to help as many people as we can, because you guys are the people who are helping others. So if we can help you, then we can really spread the love. So again, thanks for being here with me tonight, guys. I don't see any questions, so I'm jumping off. God bless. We'll talk to you soon.